Have you ever felt like life is just a blur? A constant rush from one task to the next. We're all so busy chasing deadlines, goals, and dreams that we often forget to look up, to really see what's right in front of us. This is a story about a young man named Rahul, who was just like that. He was always on the move, so focused on the future that he barely noticed the present. Rahul would wake up each morning, annoyed by the sun streaming through his window, seeing it only as a signal to start another hectic day. He'd rush past his mother's warm smile, barely registering the love in her eyes. He'd tune out his father's advice, thinking he already knew it all. His life was a checklist, and the small, beautiful moments were just obstacles in his way. He thought he had all the time in the world, but time has a funny way of teaching us its true value. One morning, the familiar sounds of his home were replaced by an unsettling silence. The cheerful clatter of breakfast was gone. At the dining table, his father's chair was empty, not just for the day, but forever. The laughter that once filled every corner of their home had faded, leaving behind a heavy, suffocating stillness. It was in that silence that Rahul finally stopped rushing. For the first time, he felt the true weight of what he had lost. Not just a father, but a million tiny moments he had taken for granted. He remembered his father's gentle voice, sharing lessons that Rahul had been too busy to truly hear. Success means nothing without humility. "Son," his father used to say, "remember that love is the only wealth that grows when you share it." And perhaps the most important lesson of all, life, no matter how long, is built one thankful breath at a time. These words, once just background noise, now echoed in the emptiness, becoming a lifeline for Rahul to hold on to. The grief was overwhelming, but within it a quiet resolve began to grow. Rahul knew he had to change, not to impress anyone, not to chase some new form of success, but to honor the man who had taught him what truly mattered. He wanted to live a life that his father would be proud of, a life filled with the values his father had cherished. So, he started small. He began waking up early, not with a groan, but with a sense of purpose. He would watch the sunrise, feeling the warmth on his face, and for the first time, he felt grateful for a new day. He started helping his mother around the house, truly seeing her, listening to her, and appreciating her presence. He began looking for ways to share the love that his father had talked about. He started visiting the local home for the elderly, spending time with those who had no one, listening to their stories, and offering a compassionate ear. He started smiling at strangers on the street, not expecting anything in return, but simply to spread a little bit of light. He gave his time freely to those who needed it most, whether it was helping a neighbor with their groceries or mentoring a young person in his community. He was no longer just living for himself. He was living for something bigger. And as he did this, something incredible began to happen. The hollow ache in his heart, the emptiness left by his father's absence, started to fill up again. It wasn't that the pain of loss disappeared, but it was joined by something else, something warm and powerful. He realized it was his father's spirit, living on through every kind act he performed, every word of encouragement he offered, every quiet moment of gratitude he felt. His father wasn't just a memory. He was a living presence guiding Rahul's actions. Years passed, and Rahul became a successful entrepreneur. He built a company that was known not just for its profits, but for its integrity and its positive impact on the community. People were often struck by his calm confidence, his grounded nature in a world of cutthroat business. They would ask him for the secret to his success. Instead of talking about business strategies or market trends, Rahul would simply point to an empty chair he kept in his office. It was a simple, wooden chair, much like the one his father used to sit in at the dining table. He would smile and say, "That's for the one who taught me to never forget where I came from. He reminds me every day what true success looks like." Visitors to his office often commented on the strange sense of peace they felt in that room. It was as if they, too, could feel a gentle, watchful presence. It was a powerful reminder that the people we love never truly leave us. They live on through the goodness we spread, the lessons we apply, and the gratitude we show every single day. Rahul's story began to spread, touching the hearts of millions around the world. It became a powerful parable for our modern, fast-paced lives. It taught us that no matter how busy we are, we should never be too busy to say "I love you," to say thank you, to appreciate the people who have shaped us. We must never take for granted the simple, beautiful moments that make up the fabric of our lives. In the end, that is how we keep those we love alive, forever. They live on, not just in our hearts, but in the world we help create through their inspiration. So, I invite you today to take a moment, look around you. Who are the people who make your life richer? What are the small moments you might be rushing past? Don't wait for a chair to be empty to appreciate the person who sits in it.